Hamburg, Germany. Let's go say hello and check out his workshop. Hello, Carsten, nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
Thank you for having me here.
Come in.
Great.
I will show you my workshop.
Awesome, great.
This is our showroom. I shared with my friend, he's a harp maker. We have this workshop together.
Cool, all right.
And yeah, we share this room. It's very good. I like it very much. Sometimes I'm working here also with my computer, drawing something for the CNC machine.
Okay.
And enjoy this nice room. And I believe 90% at my time I'm here. Yeah, I'm working here. I have a good view also.
Sure.
And I make the guitar, everything of the guitar I make here.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Most of the time it's so clean. It's hard to imagine you make.
Yeah, I like that it's clean. I might like it, but I finished the guitar now. That's normal. Then it's much cleaner.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Yeah.
How many guitars do you build at a time? Is it just one at a time?
Mostly two.
Mostly two. Okay.
For the last guitar, only one, but mostly two.
Sure.
And in the year, there are eight guitars.
Okay. Wow.
8 guitars. Every year I want, in the end of the year, I said, okay, next year it will be 10.
Yeah, okay, yeah, sure.
But in the end of the year, it's only 8. Yeah,
yeah sure.
I don't know why. Maybe next year.
Yeah, maybe next year.
I will try.
That's right. Well, you have kids and everything else,
yes,
too, so it's very difficult.
And here we share this machine room.
A much larger room. Wow.
This is a machine room from my harp maker and me together. Yeah, and it's very good because everybody was buying, bought machines, and this is also my machine. This is
wow.
You can cut. Here's something here. You can cut tops. I like it very much to do it by myself, not to buy it and play it. So then I can look here better what I do, what I want.
Sure.
And yes, this machine is so old, like I am. If you want to know, you must look here.
Oh, the date? Let's see.
Yeah.
1969.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. I like it very much. This machine. It's very precise and very old, but it's working so good. Behind the saw is a CNC machine.
Sure.
It's also very good to make some things very
sure.
precise.
And do you use that to carve necks or for slots?
No, carving necks I make by hand.
Okay, I see.
Yeah,
sure.
but the headstock, for example, or
yeah.
also for the tops, for the double tops, I can make this. I can show you.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. It's
wow.
A very good sanding machine.
Wow.
There's one room where the humidity is exactly by 42.
Oh, the wood room.
Yeah, the wood room.
Nice.
I might glue here something. Maybe you can also look here. There's
wow.
some tops and backs for the next guitars.
Nice.
I make maybe for 6 guitars.
Okay, sure,
yeah?
at a time, yeah.
But then I stay here and I take 2 and finish that. Yeah. You can see here maybe one top.
I'll get out of the way. There you
go. This is for Isaac Busos. It's also for.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
Hey, greetings. This is from the CNC machine.
Oh wow.
How I milling this. Yeah.
Wow.
Here's the rest. That's
the
is a piece of Nomex, and I glue it with vacuum with this mat, and then I'm sanding it again. And
wow, I mean the detail in this is
okay,
amazing.
You can draw it, and then the machine make it.
Wow,
yeah.
That's really fascinating to see. What do you look for when it comes to the sound of a guitar, and maybe where does that come from? Was there particular instruments before that really inspired you, or because I find that your instruments have such a distinct sound, which is so desirable, but Where does that come from, and how did you shape that?
It was, yes. I believe before 20 years I met David Russell and show him my new guitar, and we compared with his Daman, and I was in front of him 1 meter away, and at that moment I realized how good can be a tune be. It was very nice to hear it with his Daman and to compare with mine, and so I have something in my mind that I can say I want to go in this direction. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Wow. And so before that, you were building what? Maybe traditional guitars, or?
Yeah, I made traditional guitars maybe in, when was it, 21, 22, I started to make a double top guitars.
Okay.
Yeah.
21 or 22 years old? Or what do you mean? I'm sorry.
No, 2002.
2002, okay.
2002,
I was thinking, I'm like, I know more than 2 years ago.
No.
Yeah.
2002.
Sure.
Yeah, I started to make double tops, and in this, I believe in this time, I met also David Russell.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. And speaking of, I mean, someone like David Russell, who owns one of your guitars and has played these, and maybe even will be visiting in a couple of days. Speaking of David Russell, and of course many other amazing players that play your instruments, how has working with them helped form your instruments?
Totally. Yes. Because they are playing so well, so good, and they using all the colors, and for me it's very nice to listen to that. To hear it, and for example, Agnello Desiderio, I made, I believe, 3 or 4 guitars for him.
Sure.
He liked to have every 2 years one new one.
Sure.
And when I'm sitting in the audience and I'm listening, that's for me it's completely work.
Right.
Yeah,
sure.
I'm enjoy it also. Yes, of course.
Yeah.
But it's work. I'm listening, and I'm inside of the guitar, and what I can make better all the time. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, it's hard to hear any bad sounds come from him. So they're always.
No, but
but I understand. Yeah, you always look for something.
Yes. I'm satisfied, really, but it can be always better.
Yeah.
That's I believe it's on my way. When I made guitars, I have a friend here who is playing all my guitars. He's a very good player.
Sure.
So also now my teacher. He's Christian Schulz.
Okay.
And I'm also before 20 years, I believe, or 25 years, yes.
Sure.
He bought a guitar, and I listened to him, and I believe it's the best player here in around.
Sure.
And my development is very good with him, because he played really every guitar.
Sure.
I made one ready, and I bring it to him, and we have now our own language, I believe. Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
to describe the sound and so on, and that helps me much.
Yeah,
that helps me much. Yeah. And
because I'm sure when you're listening to very famous guitarists like Agnello Desiderio or David Russell or whatever in a hall, it's all these mixed situations. Like it's a different hall or it's a different room.
Yes,
but when it's all here in your workshop and you hear it many one after another, I'm sure that helps. So you've talked about how you adjust based on hearing the sound of these players, but has there also been important feedback? People expressing to you, Carsten, this isn't very good, or this part. Has that also helped you, or do you think the sound was always in your head?
Both. Yeah, sometimes they criticize, but it's not so. They are satisfied with it.
Yeah, sure. That's wonderful.
But I trained it with my friend, with Christian Schulz, to listen and to what I can change, which bracing I can make it thicker or thinner.
Right.
Sometimes I do it after working very often. Yeah.
Sure.
With a little plan and inside, and so I learned so much.
Sure.
Yeah, that's the main thing. Yeah.
Sure. I'm glad you mentioned that, because when I notice your guitar being so lightweight and just this style of guitar being this really lightweight double top, I know that you sometimes like adjust little bits and pieces of the guitar over time.
Yeah.
Is there something in particular that you feel like that made a big difference that surprised you in your guitars? Like, like maybe like what you were saying about the bridge or the weight of the top, or like what's been something that surprised you about making a big change?
Oh, there are only a little details. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it surprised me the weightness of the bridge. That surprised me how different is the sound after that.
Wow.
But yeah.
Well,
that surprised me once a time. I made a lighter bridge and I was shocked. Yeah, that.
Wow, sure.
What happens so different and makes so different sound. Yeah.
Wow, fascinating. And so you've also told me before that you make little adjustments to the guitar after it's finished with the strings up.
Always.
Wow.
No, it's a guitar. Not the last before. I didn't change.
Oh, sure. Okay.
Anything, it was, whoa.
Wow.
But normally I can, also with my friend, when he's playing and I say, okay, wait 5 minutes, I make something. No, it's okay enough.
Yeah.
No, and then I make something and okay, that's better really, yeah.
Sure. I was going to say, if it was me.
But you need time for that.
Maybe, do you pull things from the outside world that inspire you to help you make better guitars, do you think? Or maybe anything aesthetically on your guitar, does it relate to anything else?
When I start to make guitar, there was no internet, there was no YouTube, there were, that was very difficult to find good instruments.
Sure.
Now it's completely different, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, the internet is full of good instruments. Yeah, with a good headphone, you can listening some instruments.
Sure.
Yeah. That changed a lot.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay. More awareness of other instruments and being able to hear them and what's good and what's bad and all of this.
Also, by the exhibition to meet some friends. And it's also interesting how they made their guitars and the sound. And
yeah. Well, it seems to be a very friendly community of luthiers here.
It is, yeah.
Not just around this area, but all of Germany and much of all over the world. Does that seem like it's played a nice role in your building?
It is also completely different. When I start, everybody was hide his knowledge. Nobody can, and now it's more free. Yeah, we share it. Why not?
Yeah.
I have with Dennis Toll. So I call him every week. We are working and we're speaking by telephone, and it's very nice. Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah, it's so good to hear. When switching back to like the player's perspective, when someone picks up a guitar of yours for the first time, and let's say they're a relatively good player and they know instruments, what are some things that they tend to tell you that is great about your guitar? Like what are the things you typically hear about?
Young woman, it's Sarah Cedrado. She wanted to make her master, and she ordered a guitar from me, and I must finish it. And because in 2 months she make her master.
Sure.
With this guitar, and she was so nervous when she come here up. We didn't know us, it was all by mail or by phone.
Sure, yeah.
And it's much money and so on. And it's a so nice feeling if she was playing and I said, oh, it fits 100%. What I'm feeling that my guitar makes a sound and I can feel how nails, how she's playing, what she is playing, and she was so happy. She was so happy, and she called her mother after 5 minutes. Mom, she's from Italy, yes, from Italy,
Okay.
and now she's studying she's ready to studying in Austria by Paulo Pegueraro.
Okay.
And she called her mother and said, "Mama, guitarra una bomba!" And it's so nice. It so goes in the heart from mine. And it was so nice to hear that she's. It's so nice moment that I can make people so lucky with sound.
Yeah.
It's only sound. Yeah, it is only sound. It's nothing else. Yeah.
It seems ridiculous to someone who doesn't play music, right? They're just like, why not? Any guitar makes sound, right? But I guess that kind of gets to the heart of it. And also what I love doing, like connecting players with guitars too.
Yeah.
I get to, of course, I don't get the pleasure of building the guitars, but it's so fascinating how sound can be such, the little details in the sound can make such a huge difference.
And if it fits together, yes, what I'm believing my instrument can be, can sound, and the people can do it. Yeah, it's, when it's 100%, that was 100%. We both noticed that in 1 minute. Yeah.
Sure. So your guitars, I would say, definitely have a modern sound to them, but they also have this feeling of it, especially like with the low main air resonance, and it's sounding like a very old Spanish guitar in a way.
Okay.
It seems like you balance these two things really well. How do you see that? How do you see balancing some traditional sound with a modern sound? Is there a way you think of this?
Yeah, many people say that when they're playing guitar, oh, it's a dub top. I didn't know that. I thought it's a traditional.
Sure.
Well, maybe that is my imagine of how the sound is. When I played also some double tops, and I wasn't satisfied with this tune, yeah?
Sure.
With the sound. I cannot say why. I have in my mind something, I want to make the sound like this, and maybe it's a traditional sound, I don't know.
Yeah, it's interesting. It kind of comes from within, the sound you already have the idea of.
But I want to that everything what a double top has, it's loud and it's have more sustain or something like that. I want to have it inside of my guitar. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Are there some traditional guitars like of older makers, whether it's old Spanish or old German guitars, old Italian guitars?
Yeah, I heard
what are some of your favorites?
Oh, I heard the Taurus and I was so surprised that this little guitar has so huge sound.
Sure.
That was also impressing me. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Are there any others, or that particularly impressed you?
That was the first, and that. Oh, I like also Friedrich. It's completely different.
Sure.
Yeah. But I respect him totally because you can play it very loud and it don't cut.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, I like that very much. Yeah. If you're playing louder and louder and louder, and then it doesn't cut the energy, and that makes Friedrich very well.
Yeah, that's interesting how it's a completely different design, of course, but
completely
still has a great sound.
Yeah, I like that, yeah.
That's fascinating. Well, in a minute here, I know you were going to show us around your workshop, which I'm excited to see, and some amazing tools and machines. So, and then in a little while, I'll play something on this guitar as well.
Very good idea, yeah.
Well, thank you so much for speaking with me today, and it's been so nice visiting your workshop, and thank you, Carsten.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Thank you for coming. Yeah.